I am the true heiress of the Meng family who is lost outside. When my biological father came to pick me up, I cried my eyes out. Not from excitement, but from fear. Because I'm not just a mama's girl, I'm a daddy's girl too. And most of all, I'm a sister's girl. In short, I really don't know how I could survive without this family. When I was picked up from a trash can, my parents never hid it from me. After all, I don't resemble anyone else in this family in the slightest. My sister is smart and independent, while without my parents, I'd be a nationally certified first-class waste. Ever since childhood, my sister has been tall, easily surpassing 170 centimeters. At 22, I'm a petite 155 centimeters potato, with my height frozen since freshman year of high school. At 18, just after finishing my college entrance exams, my parents mysteriously pulled me into their room. Sweetheart, actually, you're not our biological child. I took a perfectly calm bite of grape. I know. Now it was my mom who lost her composure.
What? Who's been gossiping?
I'll rip out their tongue. I guessed. You're all tall. I'm short. You're all smart. I'm just average. Even with genetic mutations, there's no way I'd be this completely unrelated. My father held my head in his arms, secretly wiping away his tears. In my heart, you'll always be my little princess. I know. We'll always be family. They treat me well. My sister treats me well too. We'll always be family. My parents told me I was picked up from a trash can. In the northern winter, the cold outside could kill, and there I was, wrapped in a thin blanket, left inside. I cried like a kitten's mule. My sister heard my cries, took me home, and fed me milk. I was sent to the welfare home after just one night. Back then, they couldn't stop worrying, so they arranged for someone to handle the adoption procedures. And so I became the youngest daughter of the Lin family, growing up cradled in the palms of their hands. I suppose I was the one who got abandoned. After all, in those days, who knows how many baby girls died in trash bins or by the fields. But I was lucky. I met them. 3. When my biological father came looking for me, I was helping out at the flower shop. After graduation, I couldn't find a suitable job, so my sister funded me to open this flower shop right near our parents' home. The bell at the entrance chimed against the glass door as a man walked in wearing a well-tailored suit. Though I didn't recognize the brand, I could tell it was expensive. How can I help you? Are you Olivia? I nodded, sizing him up. He did seem rather distinguished. I'm your biological father. My mom came to call me for dinner, but upon hearing this, she insisted on dragging us both home. Once everything was laid bare, it seemed I truly was their daughter, who'd been missing for over 20 years. It was just that I was stolen by the nanny. He said my biological mother missed me terribly, to the point of falling ill. When my sister found out, she immediately wanted to fly back overnight to confront them, but my dad stopped her. As for my biological parents showing up, they weren't the least bit anxious and even encouraged me to spend more time with him. He gave you life, we raised you, whether you acknowledge him or not doesn't matter. Everyone comes into this world once, and it's only natural to seek out where you came from. They seem perfectly fine with it, but I'm not happy at all. For so many years, I had quietly accepted that I was an abandoned child. The sudden appearance of biological parents left me completely at a loss. The paternity test results came out. I am indeed his biological daughter. What should I do when I feel even unhappier? 5. Can I not go? I hugged Tingyuan, stroking that tuft of yellow fur on its forehead like unraveling a stuffed toy seam, as it purred contentedly. My mom was packing my luggage, folding each item neatly before placing them in bags and arranging them orderly in the suitcase. They've been searching for you for many years. It hasn't been easy. Just go take a look. Mom and Dad will be waiting for you at home. With tears in my eyes, I boarded the plane heading south. I didn't know how to address him, so I simply remained silent. Your mother prepared many things for you, but she was afraid you might not like them. We thought we could buy whatever you're missing after you return. He wore glasses, and indeed bore some resemblance to me. The family has been searching for you all these years. We've all missed you so much. I remained silent as he rambled on about how I had an older brother and a younger brother. Only when we arrived home did I realize there was such a large extended family. The most obvious was the delicate young girl standing nearby, their adopted daughter. In the days when I was gone, it was she who stayed by their side. She supported my birth mother as they came to greet me. Mom searched for you so desperately. She hugged me and cried, and my eyes grew slightly red too. Perhaps it was the natural bond between mother and daughter as she held my hand to show me around the house and introduce me to the family. Except for the couple, it seemed neither my older brother nor younger brother took a liking to me. To celebrate my return, they threw a banquet. I wore a pink evening gown, awkwardly navigating through the event. Finally found a corner to rest. Just then, I heard someone talking behind my back. 7. She's nothing compared to Vivi. They're worlds apart. Such a petty, small-town demeanor. What does being blood-related matter? Vivi is the true young lady of the Meng family. Don't say that. It's not like she chose to be away for over 20 years. But having grown up in the streets after all, you become like those who raise you. Such a country bumpkin appearance. I recognized that voice. It was Vivi's. She uttered the cruelest words with tinkling laughter. My father said forbearance is one of life's essential lessons. Her adoptive parents are probably just country bumpkins too. They can insult me all they want, but insulting my parents? They're asking for death. I grabbed the nearest wine bottle and smashed it straight onto Weiwei's head. Her scream echoed through the room. What are you doing? Are you insane? Say one more word about my parents, and I swear I'll kill you next time. Madwoman. You're just a madwoman. Your adoptive parents must be mad too. I grabbed her by the throat and said, how dare you talk about my parents? I'll strangle you. Don't you know I'm the most protective of my own? I swiftly snatched the microphone from the host. Since the Meng family already has a daughter, there's no need for this homecoming banquet. Everyone should just go home. My biological father grabbed me, and I couldn't break free. President Meng, since your Meng family already has one daughter, can you return my sister to me now? My sister stood below the stage, her voluminous curls cascading, wearing the most striking makeup while holding a wine glass. Sister. Probably because my backer had arrived. My tears could no longer be held back and came flooding out. There's only one eldest daughter of the Meng family, and that's Olivia. There won't be anyone else. My biological father also made his stance clear. However, my sister insisted on taking me with her. Once you've sorted things out properly, then come pick up Olivia. Our family's child has never endured such humiliation before. Her tone was unyielding, and with so many people watching, it would have been inappropriate to make a scene. In the end, I got my wish and followed her back home. I left without a trace of reluctance. Sis, I missed you so much. I had a habit of drawing out the word sis with a lingering tone, making it sound sticky and coquettish, like a spoiled child's wine. I tried to hug her, but she pushed my head away with her hand, keeping me at a distance. You got alcohol all over me and stained my clothes. She looked slightly disgusted, and I pouted. Sima Mason, Nachon, am I not your favorite little darling anymore? Yes, you're my favorite little potato. She was tall, covering 3 steps to my 5, and I hurried to keep up, trotting along behind her as we left the Meng family. 9. Living with my sister was incredibly comfortable. I urged my parents to come pick me up and take me home. Dad, I want to eat your braised pork rice. Mommy, I want to sleep hugging you. They were crying their hearts out over there, while I went through 2 packs of tissues on my own. We can't go home yet. We need to get this Meng family situation clarified and settled, otherwise they won't let go. My sister had her long hair tied up with a single chopstick, her phoenix eyes slightly upturned, exuding charm. But I have round eyes that only reveal a clear, foolish innocence. The next day, the Meng parents came to pick me up. I didn't want to return to the Meng family, but my sister agreed. You can take Olivia back, but on 2 conditions. First, I won't allow anyone in that house to take her place or bully her, and second, whether she stays or leaves later, you must respect her decision once she's made up her mind. Alright, my sister packed my things for me. They've been searching for you for many years. It hasn't been easy for them. Stay if you want to, but if you don't, Mom, Dad, and I will bring you home. Don't let anyone bully you. I won't. I won't let anyone bully me. If someone bullies you, fight back. Our family isn't afraid of them. And remember, never insult someone's mother when cursing. Oh. At 10 years old, I still ended up returning to the Meng family. My so-called brother and younger brother treated me with even more hostility. As for that younger brother of mine, he just tossed his head and went upstairs the moment he saw me. Samuel, say hello to your sister. He didn't even pause his steps. That kid, he's always had this damn temper. Olivia, go upstairs and rest. Aunt Meng took my hand and led me back to the room. That Samuel guy was loitering outside my door, but when he saw us coming upstairs, he retreated to his own room. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you'd be so bothered by Vivi's presence. She held my hand as she apologized. Her hands were well-maintained, soft and smooth, quite different from my mother's hands. I don't mind her existence, but she insulted my adoptive parents. Actually, they themselves hadn't noticed it, but she and Vivi really did share some mother-daughter resemblance, at least more than I did with them. I too had once held expectations for this family, but those hopes were shattered so quickly that I began doubting they had ever existed at all. Early the next morning, that Samuel came looking for me, a 17 or 18-year-old kid with a streak of yellow-dyed hair, looking every bit like a wannabe punk. In my heart, only Wei is my sister. I flexed my hand and slapped him across the face, his round eyes widening in shock. You hit me? Go dye that yellow streak in your hair back to normal. What kind of low-class look is this? Having the same hairstyle as my Tang Yuan. You worthless thing, ordering me around. How dare you? My mom always said if a child doesn't listen, it's usually because they've been spoiled. A good beating will fix it, if not, then too. I slapped him again, and, before he could react, slipped through the gap and ran. Olivia Ian, how dare you hit me? How dare you? He covered his face with an expression of utter disbelief, acting completely deranged as he pointed at me. Samuel, what kind of behavior is this? Get down here and eat. Father Meng passed by downstairs and couldn't help but feel irritated at the sight of him. Olivia, come eat. Don't mind him. He's been acting crazy all day. My brother immediately got up and left when he saw me sit down. Oliver, you. Before I could finish speaking, he was already out the door. He doesn't like me. It's not a question, it's a statement. Your brother is always like this. Just ignore him. Come shopping with Mom later. Samuel sat on the stairs covering his face, blocking my way. Apologize to me. Why? You hit me. That's an older sister disciplining her younger brother. I'm not your brother. This time it wasn't my turn to act. Father Meng grabbed him by the ear and dragged him inside. You little bastard looking for a beating, aren't you? I can already sense that the days ahead won't be peaceful. 11. Mom Meng only shopped at luxury stores, where the sales assistants greeted her with eager familiarity. Clearly, she was a regular customer. Mrs. Meng, Is this your second daughter? She looks so much like you. Hearing this, Ma Meng's face showed a hint of awkwardness. If I was the second daughter, then it was obvious who the eldest must be. This is my daughter. The previous one was just my goddaughter. She brought out a row of clothes for me to choose from, and I only picked a pink short-sleeve top. Do you like pink? My sister says I look good in pink. Mother Meng wasn't angry. Instead, she smiled gently. Your sister is right. In this household, apart from the couple, no one else showed me any kindness. Fortunately, I wasn't a girl raised like a timid quail. My father used to say I was a volcano that could erupt at any moment. Everything may seem calm now, but who knows when it'll blow up. So Samuel's antics successfully ignited my volcano. My parents are coming home late today. Let's go wild tonight. Downstairs, his group of classmates was raising hell, blaring music, popping party poppers, and making such a racket that I couldn't sleep. I texted Samuel to tell him to keep it down, but the message was returned with a red exclamation mark. He blocked me. Even burying my head under the blanket couldn't muffle the noise. I kept telling myself, don't curse, don't curse. My sister said I shouldn't curse. 12. As I was heading out, I ran into Oliver, who had loosened his tie and looked utterly exhausted. Can you tell Samuel to keep it down? He glared at me impatiently. If it's too loud for you, deal with it yourself. Looks like he really hates me. I grabbed a badminton racket and went over. I had considered taking a baseball bat, but was afraid I might actually hurt someone. Samuel, turn it off. He rolled his eyes at me and stuck out his tongue. I didn't indulge him either, swung the racket right down. The stereo went flying far away, and the entire room fell silent. You're insane, Olivia. A paddle smacked him in the face, and he collapsed onto the sofa. You're not even a Meng. What right do you have to lecture me? I stepped on his face with my pink slippers. Save that talk for your parents, but if you wake me up again, I'll break your damn legs. I trained with my grandfather for a few years, originally to build my strength, but now it came in handy for teaching him a lesson. I glanced at the clock. 9:50. Time for bed. Everyone go back to your own homes and find your own mothers. Go back right now. The whole group rushed out the door in a frenzy, not even looking back. A little chubby kid even bumped his head on the door, but still didn't dare to delay. Brothers, save me, save me. No one paid any attention to Samuel's wails. Clean us up before 10:30, then get the hell back to sleep. Oliver's room wasn't far from mine. When he heard the commotion and came out, he ran into me yawning as I headed back to my room. What are you staring at? Get the hell back to sleep too. He didn't say anything, just glanced at the warped racket in my hand before returning to his room. My sister said I shouldn't take any grievances. If wronged, I should fight back. 13. Early in the morning, I got up just in time to catch Samuel tattling on me. Well, snitching are we? Dad. She was the one who hit me yesterday. If my dad says something unpleasant, just treat it like he's farting. Enough. Squabbling is perfectly normal. Why are you being so dramatic about it? Father Meng impatiently shook off Samuel's clinging hand. Olivia, your father and I will be away on a business trip for a few days. If you need anything, just ask the staff. Samuel, don't bully your sister. She's the one who bullies me. Samuel was displeased but helpless. He couldn't win a fight against her anyway. When I went to find them, they were packing their bags. Olivia, we'll be back in a few days. If you need anything, your brother is here. He may be sharp-tongued but soft-hearted. From what I could see, Oliver's heart wasn't soft in the slightest. You could throw him into a crematorium furnace, and his heart still wouldn't melt. It wasn't until they left that I remembered. What was I going to ask them for in the first place? There were only 3 of us left in the house, along with a few maids. Except for the stray cats in the backyard, neither Samuel nor Oliver paid any attention to me. It seemed like they were deliberately isolating me. 14. This was the first time I met my so-called grandmother. Her hair was silver, her face covered in wrinkles, with the corners of her eyes and mouth drooping downward, her gaze cold and hostile as she stared at me. So you're Olivia? Yes, I replied. Was it you who drove Vivi away? Don't you dare accuse an innocent person. You little brat. If you want to stay in this family, behave yourself and don't cause any trouble. You've got a long way to go before you can call yourself my granddaughter. Old madam, you'd better come watch me every day, or I'll definitely cause trouble. She struck the floor with her cane, her face growing even longer with anger. You don't even know how to respect your elders. I don't know how your adoptive parents raised you to be like this. Rude, uncultured thing. I suppressed my smile. My mother always said that silently reciting, respect the elderly and cherish the young, is a traditional virtue of the Chinese nation. If you have nothing else, you may leave now. I issued the order to see her out, yet she remained firmly rooted in place. 15. By the time Oliver returned, the speed at which her expression changed was truly unbelievable. The previously domineering old lady instantly transformed into a victim. With teary eyes, she looked at my so-called elder brother, the perpetrator instantly playing the victim. Oliver, you're back. Grandma just wanted to see Olivia, but she doesn't seem very welcoming towards me. Hey, didn't realize she was such a seasoned green tea bitch. During dinner, I watched my eldest brother Oliver and her putting on this nauseating display of grandmother-granddaughter affection. Couldn't even bring myself to interrupt. Olivia, try some shrimp. It's imported. Probably never had it before. Not sure if it'll suit your palate. Her smile deepened every wrinkle on her face. This grandmother doesn't like me, but still puts on a loving facade in front of her precious grandson. What, do I live deep in the mountains? I've never even tasted shrimp before. Then you should eat more fish. At your age, you should have softer foods. Eat more. Maybe it'll shut your mouth. 16. When Father Meng and Mother Meng returned, they noticed the change in her expression. It seemed she wasn't very welcome. Mom, you're here? Let's eat together. The old lady served Oliver some food. Olivia hasn't been causing you any trouble, has she? Grandma really likes me. She said tomorrow she's taking me to buy an apartment. I took Mother Meng's hand and led her to sit down. The old lady's face changed colors several times before she suddenly flung her chopsticks away. When did I ever say that? You worthless girl. Grandma, if you want to go back on your word, just say so. No need for this. You scared me. I ducked behind Father Meng for protection. Mom, you should go back after you finish eating. You're scaring Olivia. I stuck my head out and looked at her challengingly. If being a green tea bitch was hereditary, then I knew exactly where I'd inherited my natural talent for it. 17. After dinner, I went to feed the stray cats. They were quite familiar with me by now, and I was thinking about when to catch them all for neutering. Samuel was there too. He tried to leave when he saw me come out, but I grabbed him by the collar and dragged him away with me. What are you doing? Resisting proved futile, so he could only wait obediently. Oliver doesn't like me. What's going on? I prepared the goat milk by mixing it with hot water and poured it into a bowl. He doesn't like me either. Samuel looked dejected, wanting to pet the calico cat, but getting hissed at again, forcing him to withdraw his hand. I came into the picture halfway, so it's understandable he doesn't like me. But why doesn't he like you? The calico cat finished its milk and rubbed its head against my hand, begging for pets. Our mom is his stepmom. His biological mother divorced Dad long ago. He was raised by Grandma as a child, and only came to live with us after I was born, I think. The long-haired tabby cat lay on my slippers, squinting its eyes with its whole body. No wonder. The cats below scrambled over each other to get closer to me, vying for my affection. So, he doesn't like anyone in this family. I pondered. Indeed, he rarely seemed to show a pleasant expression to others either. Why doesn't he just move out then? Who knows? Samuel's hand stealthily tried to sneak another pat, but as expected, got hissed at again. How come they only like you? I fed them too. He's unhappy, his lips pouting, just like the little sulky gestures I make. Sometimes looking at his face, I have to admit the power of genetics. Of course it's because I'm good looking. How conceited. I've been making quite a presence here lately. The old lady comes every day, and I argue with her every single time. Every day when she comes, the first half is her nitpicking and making me miserable. Then in the second half when Oliver returns, she puts on her loving grandmother act. Today she said again that I'm rude and ill-mannered. So I plopped down on my knees and started kowtowing to her with loud thuds, crying as I bowed. Grandma, I beg you. I'll kowtow to you. Please don't drive me away. I'm kowtowing to you, Grandma. I finally found my birth parents. Please don't make me leave. Don't reject me. As I spoke, I wiped my snot on her clothes. She kicked me away in fright and dodged to the side. Father Meng at the doorway had been watching for a long time. With a dark expression, he immediately arranged for the driver to take the old lady away. If you need anything in the future, just call us. We'll come to you. There's no need for you to visit. I just wanted to see my grandchildren. Her tone weakened noticeably, as if frightened by me. You're trying to tear apart my happy family. 19. When Mother Meng returned, she happened to encounter the old lady refusing to leave. After asking the housekeeper, who only gave brief explanations, Mother Meng stormed over with a dark expression. Don't come to our house anymore. We finally got our child back and don't want to lose her again. You ungrateful brats. Every single one of you. The old woman's trembling finger pointed accusingly at each of us present. Your father died young, and I raised you all by myself. And this is how you repay me. I was nearly 30 when Dad passed away, already running the company. What exactly did you raise me for? Father Meng mercilessly tore into her pride. I was the one who raised Oliver. Why don't you mention how it was you who drove Oliver's mother away in the first place? The conversation dredged up many old grievances, and in the end, the old lady left with a face dark as thunder. I turned to go upstairs but was caught by a pair of fair, delicate arms. I'm sorry for making you suffer again. Mother Meng's tears soaked through my collar. I took a deep breath, forcing back the stinging in my eyes. It's all right. Olivia, would you like to come out with Mom and Dad? You could see our work. Okay. I said at 20, wanting to understand their lives, to glimpse what my life might have been like if I'd never left. I followed them through the skyscrapers of New York City, listening as they conversed effortlessly with others. I also accompanied them on visits to their university, Harvard. It was as if we'd never been apart for over 20 years. Our final stop was California, where Dad Meng drove us along the coastline in his vintage red convertible. The golden sunset bathed us in its warm glow. So this is how I would have lived if I hadn't left. California was our last stop. Before we left, I stood by the hotel window, gazing down at the city below. You like it? We can come again later. Mom Meng packed the suitcase and handed me a pair of oversized sunglasses. 21. We went home to see the loving grandfather and grandson in the house. Olivia, go upstairs and rest. Dad Meng took the suitcase from me as I stood there with a throbbing headache from exhaustion. Didn't even greet your grandmother when you saw her. We all knew exactly who that remark was meant for. But I didn't bother responding, letting her throw her tantrum and make a spectacle of herself like some ridiculous clown. It took me a full 2 days to recover from the jet lag. Oliver was sitting on the sofa and stood up when he saw me coming downstairs. Mother Meng sat there and spoke coldly. Oliver, you should move out. I had never seen her like this before. From the first time I met her, she had always been gentle, kind, with that distinctive southern charm in her speech. My dad. Oliver's veins bulged as he crumpled the magazine in his grip. Your father agreed. 22. The gilded peony-patterned coffee cup clinked against the porcelain saucer, its crisp sound striking me like a tiny hammer. Oliver brushed past me, his gaze sharp as a knife, piercing through me. I lay sprawled across the small garden table, basking in the sunlight, letting those bold cats dart back and forth around my feet. Why are you thinking of making him move out? Olivia, this is your home. I won't allow anyone to mistreat you here, nor will I tolerate anyone in this family making you feel unwelcome. She softened her tone again. Looking at those eyes identical to mine, I marveled once more at the power of genetics, how her beautiful features had been perfectly replicated on my face. Besides, he's already in his 20s, long overdue to move out. The only reason he's still here is to make things difficult for us. I once loved him as my own, but some hearts just can't be warmed. 23. Samuel was attending university in the city, but the day Oliver moved out, he came back carrying his own belongings. What are you back for? I don't think I like economics. I dropped out. He knelt on the floor, letting Mom Meng's slaps rain down on his back. I hugged Mom Meng and handed her the baseball bat. My hand hurts, use this. Samuel saw it, and cursed angrily. I'm your own brother. She glanced at me, threw away the baseball bat, and slumped onto the sofa in frustration. What would you like to learn? Haven't decided yet. The old lady's antics have escalated again. We must attend her 70th birthday celebration. There were quite a few distinguished figures in attendance, with the elderly lady dressed in a velvet green cheongsam adorned with an expensive sapphire brooch. She greeted everyone with a warm smile, except when she saw me. It was as if she wore the word dislike on her forehead. What are you doing here? Just celebrating you surviving another year, I suppose. Angrily, she turned and walked away to greet other guests. By the end of the event, everyone could tell she disliked me, keeping that Vivi close by her side instead. She kept repeating to everyone how Vivi was even dearer to her than her own flesh and blood. I couldn't care less. Not scolding her was already me exercising restraint. However, Mother Meng couldn't stand it and closed the door afterwards to settle accounts. 25. Who told you to kick Oliver out? The old lady struck first, smashing the exquisite crystal wine glasses across the floor. That's his home. What right do you have to kick him out? His home? Has he ever treated it as home these years? Living there was just to make our lives miserable. Do we owe him? Back then when we wanted to fire that thieving nanny who took care of him, you two made such a scene with tears and threats. And what was the result? It caused Olivia and me to be separated for over 20 years. She's been found now. What more do you want? You're making the whole family miserable with this drama. She seemed to imply that Mother Meng was being unreasonable, showing not a trace of guilt over the 20-plus years of separation from her flesh and blood. Besides, when I brought Weiwei to you, you didn't exactly lack for mother-daughter bonding. My daughter isn't some object. She's irreplaceable. Weiwei grew up an orphan and we pitted her, but that doesn't justify her replacing our daughter. 26. Mother Meng argued until her face turned red and her neck thickened, while Father Meng's expression darkened. I won't give all my shares to Oliver. The majority of my shares will go to Olivia and Samuel. His words made the old lady drop her cane, a true medical miracle. You promised me you'd give the company and all the shares to Oliver. Don't even think about it. I've divided my shares into 4 parts. He gets 1, and he won't lay a finger on the rest. Stepping out the door, I could still hear the vigorous curses hurled from behind. Old woman, you accuse us of being unfilial, but my grandfather used to say, when elders show no kindness, they must allow their children to be unfilial. Search your conscience. Have you ever shown Samuel and me even an ounce of affection? You poured all your love onto Oliver alone, never sparing us a shred. How dare you demand our filial piety? I watched as she fell silent, at a loss for words. Grandfather said those who show no kindness have no right to demand filial devotion from their children. Stepping outside, I turned back to look at the extravagant villa. I probably won't ever come back here again. December 27th. Even in the South, the last days of December carried a biting chill. Samuel spent 2 days hammering away in the backyard, constructing what looked like a ramshackle cat house. Sis, what gift do you want this year? I watched as he painted a door number on the cat house, the red paint crookedly spelling out 202. I wonder how things are at home, how much cured sausage they've made this year, how many New Year's goods they've bought, how much pickled cabbage they've prepared. I didn't answer him. I want to go home. I called Dad, and he hoped I would stay here to celebrate the new year before returning. Olivia, my dear, Mom and Dad miss you too. They've waited over 20 years for this reunion. We'll have plenty of time together in the future. My dear, take good care of yourself. I accompanied them through this long-awaited reunion new year that they had been waiting for over 2 decades. There weren't many relatives at home, just our immediate family huddled together in the room watching movies. New Year celebrations in the Northeast are always lively, with so many relatives that the festivities can last from the beginning of the year right through to the end. Your mother and I have been thinking, after the new year, we'd like to formally visit your adoptive parents. Okay, sometimes people are truly contradictory. I often think how much better it would be if they treated me poorly. I could abandon everything here, without a second thought. But they treated me so well, becoming a tether to my heart. I wanted to leave, yet couldn't bear to go. Heavy snow has fallen in the Northeast, grounding many flights. The departure boards are a sea of red. After waiting for 12 hours, the plane finally took off as desired. I was at the airport and I spotted those two familiar figures at first glance. Dragging the heavy suitcase, she ran towards them at full speed. Oh my, why are you wearing so little? My mother held me tightly, her heart aching uncontrollably. When I left, it was still summer, and down jackets were rarely sold in shops down south. Hello, we are the Meng family parents. They shivered uncontrollably from the cold. Hello there, oh my, it's so cold, come on, let's go home. The family had to take the subway and make several transfers before finally making it home. This route was impossible to drive. 29. Back in the early days when the family made some money, they bought the neighboring house, knocked through the walls, and that was considered spacious enough to live in. My mom fully embraced the warm hospitality typical of Northeasterners, taking us for a hearty iron pot stew during the day, then treating us to the full spa experience with a bath and massage in the evening. For several days, the two of them got along as intimately as sisters. My dad took Mr. Meng to his auto repair shop every day, proudly showing off the cars he'd modified. Where are you going? Take me with you. My mom was helping Mom Meng put on her shoes again, getting ready to go out. What are kids doing at our adults' dinner? Grandpa will take you to play by the river later. Samuel eagerly wanted to tag along. Grandpa, he wants to come too. Let him come then. Come on, I'll buy you some candied hawthorns. He kept pestering my grandpa to teach him Northeastern dialect the whole way. Chongliang, we Northeasterners are so Chongliang. 30. When this winter ended, it wasn't just me who stayed behind. Samuel did too. He wanted to learn car repair. This young master actually came to my dad's auto shop to be an apprentice. Fine, another son gone. Mother Meng looked at Samuel, who was shamelessly insisting on staying, but she wasn't angry. I saw them off at the airport. Mother Meng held my hand. I didn't understand before why you wanted to come back. Now I know. You have so much love here. I held her, nestling in her embrace. It was the first time we'd been this close. We'll see each other again. We will. Before boarding, I hugged them both. Mom, Dad, have a safe trip. Sigh. I watched the plane growing smaller in the sky, thinking back to when I first returned to that home. Facing those probing gazes, some filled with curiosity, I kept wishing they would treat me poorly, so I'd have an excuse to leave. It would be best if they treated me terribly while doting on their adopted daughter, just like in those novels. After searching for our daughter all these years, how could we bear to treat her poorly now that she's finally back with us? Half a year later, Mother Meng came to the Northeast again, pushing open the door of my little flower shop. The bell jingled lightly, reminding me of Father Meng doing the same thing a year ago. During these 6 months, Samuel had become fluent in Northeastern dialect, calling my parents Mom and Dad, just like I did at every turn. He's learned to be considerate too, growing the fastest among them. You're busy, don't mind me. She wandered around my small flower shop on her own. I'll be staying here for a while recently. Come with me to look at a house. Live at home. The house is big enough, and with Samuel staying with us now, there are still several rooms empty. You'll be visiting often anyway. Buying a house would be more convenient. Alright, sweetheart. Actually, you're not our biological child. Your family is really wonderful. You can tell they truly adore you. She felt a pang of bitterness. After all, in that household, only those three had ever liked her. The love I received there was far too scarce. As for everyone else, their feelings toward me could only be described as outright loathing. Yes, they were all very good to me. When I was little, I fell seriously ill once, and for years afterward, every family member's birthday wish was for Olivia to be safe and healthy. Even my youngest cousin, who was only 3 at the time, made the same wish. My grandfather, a man who never believed in gods or Buddhas, somehow heard that household deities could protect one's health. From then on, our family began making offerings to them. My uncle used to have a small car, secondhand, but it was sold to pay for my medical treatment back then. My adoptive parents always doted on me like a child, afraid that if I wasn't happy, heaven might take me away from them one day. I recounted each and every detail to her carefully. We used to think that once you came back to us, with our better living conditions, no adult would ever choose to return. Your adoptive father said money couldn't keep you, and I didn't believe him at the time. Money can't keep me. Only sincerity can. Completed.